Elephant Man Podcast Network, grown man conversations dealing with elephants in the room. It's your man DB. Like, subscribe, share, hit the notification bell so you can know when we have new content and new material coming out. / Elephant Man Podcast on Facebook and subscribe on YouTube. Elephant Man Podcast Network. Blessings to you all. We coming to a close. It was a very, very interesting year. We're trying to get our guest Shel Curry to come in. We're having some technical difficulties, but hopefully everybody is good. Share this page with somebody. Share this stream with somebody that you think that'll be interested in this. And we're trying to make sure we get people who are entrepreneurs, authors, actors, actresses, any phase or form of business or businesses, multiple businesses. We're trying to lift them up. So if you got something that's real cool that you want to share, promote, email me and we will chop it up. She said she's leaving and coming back in, so I don't know what happened, why it's not in the background. Email me. Here's my email at the bottom, elephantman050@gmail.com. Email me if you got a business, you got a brother, sister, cousin, other that has a business. We want to promote businesses and practice group economics. That's the whole goal, is promote businesses and practice group economics. All right. Make sure you share this with somebody. We're trying to figure out what's going on. My friend Shel Webb, married to my brother Michael Curry. That's my dude. We went to Indiana State together, shout out to Indiana State alumni. Shout out to Vincennes University alumni. We had a good time down there, man. And I was very, very excited when I said, man, my friends are doing big things. And one of the things, my sister did a book. She published a book, and we're going to try to get her in here to talk about it soon. Make sure you support, though. Bedtime Story Race. Am I showing it right? Yeah. Okay. Come on. Don't be backwards. Bedtime Story Race by Shel Curry. So I read it. Very, very interesting. Very, very good book, man. It got us's in there. Oh, I got in the shot. Oh, hold it up like that. It got us's in there. Oh, Shel Curry is calling right now. We're trying to see what's going on while she can't get in there. Hello.
Hi, David. I'm backstage. I see a duck. Is that your icon? Like a little duck?
Said she's backstage. Okay, so we're gonna try to see can we get her.
Okay.
All right.
If only the host can see you. The host may add you to the backstage at any time. Be ready.
I should see you. I don't know what's going on with my technical difficulties. We're gonna open up it. I don't see it, but.
Well, okay, so F9, I'm in that StreamYard link that you sent my way.
Yeah.
And yeah, that's how I just clicked it, and it's like it's waiting, like I'm in the waiting zone.
Copy. All right. That's weird.
Like an account or whatever.
Okay. I don't know what's going on with that. I'm gonna try to send it again. Salute, shalom to everybody in here. Okay, try to leave off and come back on. Okay. Sorry, everybody. Shout out to Ruhama. What's going on, sister? Blessings to you. Sarita Long, shalom, blessings to you as well. We are trying to get our guests in here. Oh, it says she's in there. Add to the stream. We have our sister, Shel Curry.
Yes. Hi. Can you see?
I can see and hear you now. I don't know what's going on. Man, I've been doing this for like years, and now I don't want to do right. What's going on?
Hey, praise be. We are here.
Praise the Most High. Shel Curry, author. What's going on, my sister?
Oh my God, this is so great. Is there an echo? I'm just trying to make sure my technology is right. How do I sound?
You sound great. You sound great. I'll let you know if it's some echo or anything going on like that.
Okay.
You doing good?
I am doing good. I am so happy to be into this podcast with you. Apologies for technical difficulties. I do these Zoom and virtual events all day long for work. And for some reason, you just have those issues that crop up.
And you are so right on that. We've been doing this show for years, and we never had that if that's going on. But anyway, I'm glad you're here. I'm glad you got a chance to make it.
Yes.
Ah, hey, I'm telling you, this is a great, great story. I read it over some coffee, and I was just like, wow, man, it's very,
Mhm.
very good. I know where you're from, but my viewers might not know where you're from. So could you tell us about your background and where you're from? That's the first question.
Yes. Hi, everybody. I am Shel Curry. My nickname is Shel. Real name, birth certificate name is Shel B, but I go by both. Family and friends call me Shel. So I wanted to just be my true, authentic self when writing this book, my first debut children's book. I am from Gary, Indiana, born and raised in
Mm,
Gary, a product of the Gary Public School system. I'm so excited to to have author on the list of my accolades now because I've always been a reader, an avid reader. I'm a writer, so I graduated from Indiana State University with a journalism degree. First job, my first real job out of college was an internship at the Gary Post Tribune, my very first job where I earned a paycheck.
wow,
So this all comes full circle as a writer. So, uh,
man,
yeah.
that is amazing. What inspired you to write? What really inspired you to write?
I think I always wanted to be an author. I just kept putting it off year after year after year with career and other things, family, husband, kids. I have 4 kids. So I just kept putting it off and putting my passion on a shelf. And honestly, it was COVID last year, the pandemic.
Mm,
The pandemic, as you know, birthed a lot of passions. I mean, it definitely was devastating with so many losses, calamity, and just the way the world has changed. But
mhm.
it was COVID. I was my kids at the time were in kindergarten and first grade, so I was forced to do that homeschooling, virtual learning, working full time, trapped in the house with my family. There's 6 of us, so we were all in the house going crazy trying to just make sense of the world. So I wrote the
Yeah.
book because my son, the youngest one, was having difficulties with learning, like most kids who were trapped in the house last year. And it was a homework assignment. He had to learn sight words. And if you know, sight words are those words that kindergartners have to learn before they finish kindergarten, the easy words that you really don't have much, you don't have to sound them out. You memorize them by how they look. And so he
Mm,
struggled. He just was not getting it at all.
wow. Wow, wow. That's amazing, man. What is the story based off? So the story is based off of your life?
Well, kind of, it's book logic. So, it's fiction heavy in there, but the characters in the book, Ethan and Sophie, are my little ones. As I mentioned, it was a homework assignment for him to learn and practice his sight words. So I wrote a story and I sprinkled in all those sight words that he was struggling with, like simple words like the, is, that, who. He just wasn't getting it. And so I sprinkled those words into a story, and I had an illustrator who I met. She lives in Turkey, Istanbul, Turkey. So she drew him as a character in the book. And a lot of times, kids of color, they don't see themselves in the homework that they're assigned in school, and so the story is based on fiction, obviously, but my kids compete all the time. Little ones, parents of little ones know they fuss, they fight, they compete, they race, and the story is about 2 siblings doing their chores. And Ethan, the main character, he is wanting to choose the bedtime story so that he can show the words that he learned how to read in kindergarten. So it kind of is about our lives and the chaos that goes on in the Curry household. But it's a joyful read, and it's a picture book. So picture books are very illustration heavy with simple words for young readers to read.
Yeah. So you jumped ahead with one of my questions. I'm gonna read this right now. Share
Yeah.
hopes to inspire other kids who may be struggling to read and may not see themselves in books they are assigned at school. So my question is, uh, why is it important, in your opinion, for us to see ourselves in these books that are assigned at school? Why is it that important?
That's important because the world is changing. It's not all one-sided, and so
Mm,
kids should be exposed to various diverse learnings. My son Ethan, the characters are based on him. he's a very exuberant boy. He has locks. His hair is all over the place. He loves his hair. His hair is his crown. And so, when he was able to see himself reflected, I think that really inspired him to get those words because he was like, that's me. I'm going to learn this. And I think no matter where you are in your learning environment, your learning journey at a young age, that's how we shape kids' minds and their thinkings to embrace diversity, equity and inclusion. So I think that's really, really important.
Man, that is amazing. Wow. Okay, so my next question is how did you how did you stay motivated through the whole process? Like, was it any writer's block? Was it any times where you just like I'm gonna do it later, or did it get busy, or how did you stay motivated to finish the project?
Oh man. Motivation last year, 2020 was tough. I wrote the story last year. So the motivation came from the kids because I made it more of a family um, activity. My mother-in-law was the one that really motivated me a lot. She would come into the office because she helped out a lot while I was working. We shared a virtual office. So I had the first grader in the virtual office. I had Ethan in the kitchen. And then during 2020, he ended up being a first grader. So my mother-in-law, one day she came into the office. I was real stressed out, just balancing life and motherhood and being a wife and working. And my mother-in-law said, you ought to pray for it. It was a crazy, stupid, silly idea. Ask God to give you a crazy, silly idea to unbirth your passion. And so I
Wow.
did that. And here we are today with this bedtime storybook. But staying motivated was having Ethan read the story over and over and over and again. As you know, with reading, it's recognition, it's repetition, it's rewards. My mother-in-law was the rewarder. So she would come over Friday and give him allowance, $1 or gifts or candy or whatever. And the motivation came from seeing him get those words, learn those words, spell those words. Where we are today compared to last year is amazing. I catch him sometimes in the corner, curled up with a book, or I mean, he's 7 now, so kids they're not wanting to read all the time. They want to play
Yeah,
games.
all these devices and stuff. They're
Yeah,
trying to read.
so
That
yeah,
is
so
amazing.
that's the motivation was the kids, really.
Man, that's so amazing, man. Man, we got to get them back to reading and stuff too.
Mhm.
That is powerful. That's very, very powerful. And I'm glad you guys made it out of the being quarantined together in one piece. A lot of families they couldn't be in close quarters 24/7, 365, and it. But me and my family we was okay, and I'm glad other families came out okay as well. So my question is this now: Hatis, how do you pronounce the last name?
Okay, so I call her Hattis B, and she goes by that
Hatis
on
B.
social media because it's kind of difficult to spell her name. She's from Turkey, but Byra Maglu, Hattis Byra Maglu is her name.
Okay, and
And
she's the illustrator of this book.
yeah, she's an illustrator. We've never met in person. We've only talked, and that goes along with the diversity theme again. I loved how she was able to capture my kids, the brown, as brown folk, as black folk, we have all kind of shades of brown. And
Yeah.
so it's very important for me to have an illustrator that, didn't water down my kids' faces and make them lighter or, when they didn't need to be, I wanted chocolate in there. So
Say that. Yeah,
she
yeah,
really
yeah,
brought
yeah.
that to life, and she's a children's illustrator and an author herself, so she was very familiar with all the illustration and design aesthetic. I don't know that stuff. I'm a writer. I don't know how to draw pictures. I know what looks good, and she was able to really bring it home because words and visual go together. So I needed something that popped with color.
Wow, man, this is amazing. I'm just, and I want to inspire everybody who's watching right now or the recording later. If you got something that the Most High gave you as far as being an author, that's why I bring these authors and different entrepreneurs on so you can be inspired to finish that project. Don't get writer's block. Ask the Most High to give you some creative juices flowing
Yes.
and finish that project. My next question is, how did you pick this publisher, the Biblio Kid? Video Kid Publishing.
So here's the story. After the kind of like I call it the homework assignment, or after Ethan started getting those sight words down, I thought, let me pitch this to let me see if this might work for a publisher. I don't know anything about the book industry. I've always been a consumer, buying books, Scholastic, all those book drives that happen in school, because I love to read. And so I wanted to, I thought about self-publishing, but I work full time, and I thought I want to get this right. I don't know anything about self-publishing. Let me get connected with a publisher. So I pitched the story to the first publisher, and the very first one I pitched to, they signed me on, and they said, hey, we want to bring this story to life. And I was so happy. You know how you get that first, thing that you think is a blessing. You're like, yes, I've made it. And that's where I was. But something in my gut was just like, this isn't the right fit. You've prayed for this silly, crazy, awesome idea. This is not alignment. So there were so many little different signs, little pebbles. My mom used to always say, if God wants to get your attention, sometimes he'll let you know, then he starts dropping pebbles on your head. And if you don't feel right, or if you feel wrong about it, don't do it. So there were so many signs, and finally I was like, this isn't it. So I just kept looking, researching, and back again with that diversity line. I ended up somehow going to a webinar, and this publisher was giving a speech on book writing and children's books industry, and I really liked her, so I started following. You know how we Facebook stalk people.
Facebook stalk.
Yes, I started stalking her and researching, and every time I connected, I felt good about it. So Bibliokid Publishing is the publisher that I decided to go with, because it's a woman-owned business, Midwest. I'm from the Midwest, so I wanted to get some of that Midwest vibe. She's in Iowa, and she had published a children's book. It just wasn't successful working with a big publisher. So I aligned myself with another, female wanting to do this author entrepreneurship, endeavor. And I love it. So Bibliokid Publishing, they know what they're doing as it relates to children's book writing. They really upped the ante. My book is available everywhere. It recently, Target and Walmart picked it up, so it can be purchased online at Target, Walmart, Amazon, everywhere. And
wait a minute. Hold on.
I know.
I'm like, being tripping. Let me take a little sip. Hold on.
It's a pinching moment, because I'm like, I shop at Target, I shop at Walmart.
This book is in Target and Walmart?
Yes, it's not on the shelves yet, but it's online. On the shelves will be next. Thank you, Lord. Come on through. Come through.
Come on now. All praise to the Most High. Oh my goodness. That was one of my questions. I can just take that off the list.
Yeah, and that was
just like, man,
publishing. They know what they're doing.
So as far as, it's also on Amazon too, right?
Amazon, Barnes and Nobles, Books A Million, on my website, on most major book purchasing online shopping links. It's there. So
okay, I just shared the link to Amazon, because that's what I got this one off of Amazon.
Oh yeah, free shipping. I hear
it fast. Go ahead. Say what?
I said, I hear that it gets there fast with Amazon. Big ups to Amazon that has made a lot of money off of us during the pandemic. They get shipping.
Yeah. Absolutely. When y'all come into town, let me know, because I want you to sign my book. You know what I mean?
Oh, yes. And likewise for you. We moved, so we're back in Florida. So you bring your family here.
Are you kidding me? Y'all went back down to Florida?
Yeah.
Man, can't get away from the Gators and the orange juice.
I know.
Y'all back in Orlando? Y'all in Orlando?
Yes, we're back in Orlando. So, this is a tourist destination. Everybody comes to Florida at some point. So I'm happy to do that if you all come here, or, our family is back in Gary. So, we'll definitely be back home. Matter of fact, I will send you another signed copy, because that's the only way you can get signed copies is through, my website. It's www.shelcurry.com. Signed copies come that way. ShelCurry.com. Yes. But yeah, sorry, like Amazon, Target, all the book distributors, they have an influx of books, the book as a product, but they're not signed because you got to keep it fresh for them.
Yeah. I understand that. I would have ordered it through the website, but I didn't come
Okay.
across the website till I hit send and got it, and then a day
Mhm.
or two later, I had seen the website, and I was like, oh wow. Another thing that I like about this book, and we're gonna keep you long because I know y'all busy down there.
It's okay.
Is the sight words is right in here. Oh, questions for young readers. After the
Yeah.
first questions, after you read the book, they got the questions, so the teachers can ask questions, and they got the sight words in the back and the sight words on the website. So this just a learning tool all the way around. And we got Elena Washington. Elena said kids love the book, especially seeing characters that look like them. Praise
Yes.
Yah. You know Elena Washington?
I do. She is actually, I know her three ways. So the first way I know her
Mhm.
is from home in Gary. We met at age 8 or 9 years old. So shout out to Cooney Elementary School, Marquette Elementary School,
Marquette.
Ernie Powell Elementary School, my formative reading years. So Alana was my classmate at Cooney. She's also my sister-in-law. Hey, sis!
That's
And
what's up.
she's your soror. So there you go.
Okay. It's all
Mhm.
good. It's all good. So listen, dang man, this is so great. Um, is there any more books in the future? You got something another book coming up or what?
So yes, I do. The kids helped me write this. I was the author because I write for a living for professional purposes. So they helped me, get it to kind of kid language and get it to a point where kids would be inspired. So we did two other ones. We didn't know what we were doing. We just got so happy, and so we did other ones and sprinkled other sight words in there. Yes, I would love to continue this on and add more books to the shelves and to the library. I think I'm going to ride this one out for the year because I'm still new at this and learning. And probably not next year, but the year after. I mean, I would love to do one every other year. Books
Okay.
don't get stale, right? They don't get stale. So I
No,
hope to
they
see
don't.
this one years and years from now because every year my demographic, kids ages 3 to 7, are born. Somebody turns 3, 4, 5, 6, or 7 every single year. So this book,
Yeah.
I want it to be around for a long time. But yes, writing in the future will definitely be yeah, is definitely in the goal box.
Yeah, and I work at the school too, but I'm at the high school end. But I'll definitely make sure that I let our boss know, and so we can try to get a case of them at
Yes,
the K2 building. So we're gonna definitely support as well.
nice.
Support this endeavor. All right, this is last question right here. Okay. Oh no, two questions. This is second to the last question. If you got every all of the authors, right? They wanted to write. Some is halfway through writing. They all over the place, right? They got headphones on. You got a microphone. You can talk to them. What would you say to them?
I would say do not give up. You don't have to be a traditional writer to write a book. Professionally, I write for people all the time. I've been a ghostwriter for people, for speeches, for
Mm,
news articles, everything. If writing is not your good gift, consult with somebody. You can get a ghostwriter. Stories are always, everybody has a story. So if you have a story that's been burning inside of you, share it, tell it. You can hire freelancers. Just don't give up because there's so many things that happen in the world that tell you no, to tell you to quit, to tell you that you're not worthy and you're not good enough, but you are. It's 2021. There's so many resources out there that are available. I don't know anything about the book writing industry. I'm learning now as an author. So I would say just do it. Don't think, just do it. Do the best that you can and be your best advocate because if you don't, then 5 years, 10 years, you'll be looking down and saying, I should have done this. I wish I had done this. There's so many resources out there. So don't give up. Don't quit.
wow, that's amazing. Wow, that's really amazing. How can we get in contact with you?
Okay.
What's the best
So
way?
the best way is through email. I'm old school, so I still I still check email. shelcurry@gmail.com. I'm on Facebook at Shel Curry. I'm on Instagram at Shel Curry. I still have my old 219 number. This number has been active for over 20 years. So
Don't share the number. Don't share.
okay. So but email me. But I mean I use it for booking purposes, for author contact purposes, but email
That's
and
that is on the website though, right?
yeah, I think so. Yeah.
So if they want to get involved, then they can just go on the website and check it out.
Yes,
So,
and I'm
let me
happy to
try
do story time as well. I read to kids, not just my book, but other books as well. So I'm available for booking for virtual story time. And if you're in Florida, I mean, with this pandemic, I don't know, they're shutting down a little bit more now again with this new variant. But I have been getting out to the Boys and Girls Club and the my kids' local school to do story time and teach-ins.
Oh, so you do virtual story times. Hold on, what? Wait a
Mhm.
minute, why that come up? Okay, so you do virtual story times and stuff, huh? So
Yes,
how does that work out? The teacher will call you. Why do they do
yeah,
that?
so yep, so on my website there's a book me link. So yes, I
Okay.
will be available to read my book, other books, to do some kind of interactive virtual experiences with kids. 30 minutes, an hour, it just depends on every unique situation. So yeah, I'm available for that. That's one of the things that I love to do is storytelling.
Oh, that's
Oh
amazing.
Lord.
What?
That's a picture of me pre-COVID.
That's a picture of you pre-COVID. You don't like that
Pre-COVID.
picture?
No, it's good. It's like when we were getting our hair fixed and all that fancy stuff. And then yes, there are downloadable coloring sheets on the website, and I will be adding sight word. My sight word practice sheet will be added next month. So all the words that are in the back of the book, we have some DIY sight word flashcards that are going to be added in January after break. So check back for that.
Wow, that's amazing, man. Man, you inspired a lot of people. You keep doing what you're doing. Salute, man.
Yeah.
And it's a Miss Sarita Long. You're giving me so many ideas. You know what I mean, and that's what it's about. You know what I mean.
Yeah.
And then also the affirmation as well. Thank God for you. I needed a bit of affirmation. Cool, man.
Thank you,
So, man,
Sharita.
Shel, why you not in the shot? What?
I
Come
don't know. I'm
on.
still here. There we
What's
go.
up? What's up with my show today? They're like,
No, you are doing, look at you, jack of all trades. You're an engineer, you're a host, journalist, all that stuff, doing all of that. I'm proud of you too, Elephant
wow.
Man Podcast Network. That's what's
That's
up.
what's up. That's what's going on, man. My people that moved back down to Florida. I didn't even know that, but that's
Yeah.
all good though. I'm gonna get in
Yeah.
touch with you and Mike, and we gonna chop it up soon. Any last things before we close out? Anything?
I'm just happy to be here. Thank you so much for reaching out. I'm proud of you and what you're doing as well. You know, we all are trying to grow and give back and leave a legacy. And so I'm just excited that this opportunity became available. And shout out to you and all the work that you're doing in your life, with school, with your family, with ministry. I can't keep up with you either. I was checking you out and stalking you and on your socials, and you have a lot of stuff going on. So, keep doing what you're doing, Black man.
All right, that's what's going on. Elephant Man Podcast Network, grown man conversations dealing with elephants in the room. Make sure you pick the copy of that book up. Support. It's online. They got digital copy as well as you can get a hard copy shipped to you. My guest Shel Webb. Shalom. Perfect.